Home bow shop necessity? I don't know. That's this episode, Dead Zone Outdoors. Stick around.
Yeah, you're heroes, everyday heroes, trying hard just to get by.
Thanks for hanging in there. The package man came. Yay! Got something new for the bow shop and the home bow shop. Is this a home bow shop necessity? I don't know. We'll check and see. I believe it is. I believe it is. What I got is well, let's open it up and see. I got something pretty cool. And got this from the Dan Cave store on Etsy. I'll leave a link down below. Dan is who I dealt with on this, and as far as customer service and anything like that is concerned, top notch young man. Done a fantastic job answering questions, and like I said, I'll leave a link to his store below, and I may flash it across the screen also. See if I can hit this. Hey, 2 points. My Nike contract may be good, but I wanted to get a kind of an opening video so we could see what all's included with Dan's spine indexer. Wow, I missed those. But see what's all included with his spine indexer. And we're going to start out with a wind dial indicator, which is pretty cool. One of the uprights, and he's got them. I mean, he done a really nice job with these. And with mine, I asked him for custom colors, and he did mine in a custom color for me. Well, look at this. He even included, and he didn't have to do that, but he included a spinner, and that is super cool. Nothing in there. And there's something all the way in the bottom. Check that out. Dan Cave Outdoors. That's pretty neat. And he did this in a custom black and orange for me. These bearings are really smooth. I think that's it. That is. Set this box out of the way. The aluminum base is really heavy duty. I like that. The way he packaged everything up is super cool. And throw that over on the floor. And you can see how it's just the upright comes up. I'll have to loosen this. I'll have to get me some Allen wrenches here and loosen this Allen wrench just a little bit. And then he also has them marked for the uprights. He has a mark where they go on the base itself. On the base he has them marked. So let me go grab some Allens so I can loosen this up the way and then I'll show you how this works. And I got some parts and pieces in here, and we'll see how all this stuff looks. We'll get some Allens, and let's open up this gauge, see what it looks like. I talked to Dan about this, and like I said, he was really nice getting this stuff situated. This is kicking my butt. I'm just going to do it this way. Here's the dial indicator from Win. I like that. Some paperwork and stuff. Don't need that. We'll leave this paperwork out. Paperwork, boxes. And I will go get some Allen wrenches. He did a nice job. So let's go do that. Let's go some Allen wrenches so we can put this together. But you got to see everything that come out of the box. And I will get one of my shafts, and we'll see if we can just do a test. Actually, I can't. My weights haven't come for this. And I'll show you actually what I'm going to use for weight in this. And it's super cool, easy to get a hold of, and inexpensive, right from Amazon, and it's super cool. So let's do that. Let me get a drink out of my new cup. Go do that. And like I said, Dan Cave Outdoors on Etsy. He's the man. Dan's the man. Let me go do that, and I'll be right back. All right. I went and got my Allen wrenches, but I want to open up the box and see what's in here. Like I said, Dan, full disclosure, I was talking to Dan. Now I paid for this, but he offered me a discount to do a review on it, and I said, well, certainly. A spine indexer is something I believe that is your next step as far as arrow building and shooting. You can grab any arrow off the shelf and shoot it and probably kill deer and be very successful. But if you want to target shoot and maybe shoot a little bit further and have some fun, this is a logical next step, I guess you could say. And Dan done a really nice job. Makes it nicer. They're made here. They're made in the United States. I had somebody comment a while back about getting stuff made overseas, which is tough. It's tough to go through any of and all your hunting equipment and have everything built in the United States. It'd be great, but it just isn't reality. But this is built in Pennsylvania. And in here I have the, looks like end caps for that. It is correct. End caps that go on here. These are nice. And an orange end caps that go on there. I'll install those in a second. The end cap that goes on top of this upright, which I can turn this upright up now, I believe. I loosen it up. It's got a notch that allows this to, well, I went a little bit too far with it. Anyway, it has a notch that allows the upright to keep the upright from spinning, I should say. And I got to turn that around where I can see it. Also in here, he gave me, included some extra bolts. And some washers. I'll lay them out there where you can see what we got. Some longer bolts and some washers for the, it looks like for the uprights. And there's two split washers. No, they're plastic washers, I'm sorry. Two plastic washers. I don't know if those will go on, actually you won't need it for that. This goes right in there as I drop it. So we will finish putting this together. This box is real cool. And a little thing on what I'm going to put in here, which is kind of cool. I meant to grab them, is for my weight, that for the 4.5 pounds, this box will hold it. It is really cool. It's just BBs. BBs for a BB gun. They're inexpensive. 6,000 BBs is like $11 or something, I think, from Amazon. So for $11, you have your weight that you need. And then you can fluctuate your weight. You can add some BBs, you know, to adjust your weight if 6 pounds is too much, 4.5 pounds too much. So let me finish putting these couple things together and we'll see what we got. All right, I got I tightened this bolt up on this upright. It has included in it has this cap for the upright. Snaps in there real nice. And I didn't tighten this up real tight because I don't know what the adjustment's going to be, what we need to do for as adjustment goes. But Dan has it in the place that it needs to be there. That snaps in there real nice. Check that out. In my colors, black and orange. This snaps in here like that. So now the ends of those are set. I grabbed a shaft just to see what so you can, it goes like that. Okay. These have, Dan prints these up. They are 3D printed. But they're 3D printed. Again, they're 3D printed here in the US. I put that on there and I shouldn't have. That's okay. I'll take this one off. I'll slide everything from this end. No, I can't. I'm going to have to take both these off. That's what I get for getting in a hurry. I'm excited. Whenever you get new toys, you get excited. That's what my wife calls them, toys. I get new toys. You line these nutserts up is what I'm going to call them. Line them up. Just got to loosen these up just a little piece. Where they'll slide in there easy like, maybe. Dan's got some other stuff on at his store on Etsy. He has the arrow spinners, which is really nice. He has the spine indexer, of course. He also has a front of center gauge, I guess that you will. I don't, or what you would call that. But he has made something to help you get your front of center on your shafts. And the spinner, and I believe he has a squaring tool also on his site. That just snaps right back in there real nice. We'll flip this around. I got in a hurry. This goes together pretty easy. And again, it is 3D printed, but he's done a nice job. I maybe in his description, and I can't remember, there's like different plastics that they can use. I didn't know any of this. He's pretty smart when it comes to that. But they have different plastics or something, and I don't know with this one if it has the different stuff on it or not, because some of them become more pliable or something. That maybe this video is just going to be me putting it together because I wanted to get this done for Dan. I'm busier than a one-horn paper hanger right now as far as season goes, and I got a bunch of stuff going on. I've got a pile of bows sitting here. I'm about to get 2 more to work on. So get the right Allen wrench. But Dan's got these marked for you. You just loosen those couple screws up, those machine screws, and those nutserts slide in. I may give you a close-up of those. Okay, that's snugged up. You don't have to kill them. I mean, it's just you're working with arrows as far as the tool goes, so you shouldn't have to kill it to tighten it up. But there's what that looks like. That's a 20-inch shaft right there with a cat hair on it. 20-inch shaft. That's pretty cool. Here's the gauge. And I'm really tickled how he did this. He uses like a set screw style lock to hold the gauge in place. So you drop your gauge down in, let it set on top of your shaft. I don't know, I can't see the front, so I'm just setting it there just getting it just snugged up so you can see it there. And that looks pretty good. Push down just a little bit more. There we go. That's where it should be. I can bring it up just a wee little bit. Put the thick part of the gauge about flush with the bottom of the gauge mounting bracket. Then you just tighten that little set screw up. Again, you don't have to kill it. And then you just spin it. I don't know what the gauge is doing. It's going crazy. So it's working. that's the... But anyway, there you go. You can see that. Now, what happens here is, again, I don't have the weights, but this weight box hangs on there. The lid goes on. And that's it. That's it. That is how to put together his spine indexer. Thoughts on the assembly and stuff? Really easy, straightforward assembly. You just a few bolts puts it together. Quality, really nice quality. Really nice quality. The base. I mean, this whole thing, I could put it on the scale and find out. This whole thing probably weighs 4 pounds, maybe 5. So it's built pretty nice. I'm actually going to use it here in another video, so you can get to see it actually where we're actually using it. And I'll bring you in close. So that's this. That's the spine indexer from Dan Cave Outdoors. And also, here's Dan Cave Outdoors arrow spinner, which is super cool. It's in my colors. It's pretty neat. It's not a 1/4 pound, and I measured it wise. It's less than 8 inches. It's the arrows spin nice on it. So the bearings, he did a real good job with these bearings and the way that this is made. It spins nice. So that is pretty cool. I appreciate that. And like I said, get another drink, I'm dry. Go check him out. Dan Cave Outdoors on Etsy. Really good guy, and makes some really nice stuff for the next step in your home bow shop. I believe it is a necessity in your shop. So check it out. And I'm going to do another episode where I've got a dozen arrows that we're going to index and make up for hunting season. So we'll see how it works 100% whenever we do that, and I'll get you in close and you can see some of the other workings of this, but this is put together super good, and I want to thank Dan for that. So again, check him out and check out some of our other cool videos. I did a video on an arrow cutoff saw for your home shop. Check that video out. Also did one on depower lighted nocks. Super cool. Check that one out. So keep that in mind. Until next time, remember, it's up to us to pass on this great tradition. So take a kid hunting, fishing, or just get them out and enjoy the great outdoors. Thank you.
And I remember all of the old ones. Some will never see again. And your heroes, everyday heroes, working hard just to get by. Yeah, your heroes, everyday heroes, trying hard just to get by.